วัสดีค่ะ or สบายดีในภาษาลาวเนาะเฮียนพูดภาษาลาวทุกๆคนมื้อนี้ but I'll continue my speech in English for everyone today. Um, I'm really speaking today to everyone about inspiration and how big dreams start from small steps and small goals. But I think I will go a little bit opposite of our theme today in that we talk about big dreams, and everyone tells you from a young age you can have big dreams and you can achieve anything. But no one tells you how to achieve them. And it's always with these micro steps and these goals. But I'm not talking about great, huge goals. I'm talking about tiny goals. Even from something like watching a movie or reading a book, you can start to achieve your goals. But I don't think that the audience or the students need to necessarily have big dreams right away. Because to be honest, I didn't have big dreams. So let me talk about that with my first film, Jantali. Jantali was a film that I made for 5,000 US dollars. Actually less, because it was sponsored by a beer company. And when I went to receive the check to make this film, they only gave me $4,500. And I said, well, what the hell? Where's the other $500? And they said to me, well, the other $500 is in beer because we're a beer sponsor. So we drank a lot of it on set. And if you ever watch this movie, it's free on YouTube. You can see how much beer is in this film. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing with Jantali. Because before I ever dreamt of being a filmmaker, this was me. I was a student with terrible grades in normal school. I never went to university, and I had big dreams of being a ballet dancer, you know. But actually, I was one of the worst ballet dancers in my class. But I did achieve a small dream, and that was to become a teacher. And I felt very fulfilled becoming a ballet teacher. And, you know, I did small things like makeup and hair on the set of movies in Italy while I was going to conservatory to be able to buy my point shoes and to be able to pay for my tights. And then eventually I became a ballet teacher, where as you can see, I have to still show these little girls where their right foot and left foot is. So just to be able to get a girl to point right or left was a phenomenal feat for me. And then I became a filmmaker, quite by accident. But it was fine, you know, when we decided that I would accidentally fall into film in Laos, my husband told me, and he's a professional screenwriter, don't worry. If the film sucks, this is just practice. We can just throw it into the Mekong River and start over. It's all right. So what happened was we came to Laos because I thought my father needed help. I thought my father was unstable in Laos. And so my husband and I came to Laos to take care of him. I had no goals, no dreams, or ambitions to become a filmmaker. I didn't even think it was a possibility. I thought filmmaking was for people who were born into it, like if you're Spielberg Jr. or like Little Miss Coppola or something, right? It just didn't seem like something that mere mortals could do. So my husband, who's a screenwriter, said, there's no film in Laos. There's no cinemas. What happened to all the film in Laos? The only film we knew of was Sabaidi Luang Pabang, which some of you may know because it stars Thai superstar Ananda, and he's really hot. And then he came to Laos and made a film with my producers Anusan Sirisakta and Dwangmani Solipan. But after that, there was like a dead zone, and we wondered, what is this space, and what are we lacking? So what we were lacking, our producer said, was that they were older and they didn't have content to make a new film. And my husband said, I'll make a film for you. I can give you content. I'm a screenwriter. And they said, oh, awesome. They broke out a bottle of whiskey, and we were all celebrating. And they said, and you can direct. And my husband said, no, I cannot direct. I don't speak Lao. And I'm a writer. You know, they hide me in a dark cave in a dark room with a keyboard. Like, I never go on set. And my bosses went, oh. And they were so sad. So he pointed at me and said, she speaks Lao. She has years of experience in performance arts. She can do it. I mean, performing arts, you know, 7-year-old girls going plie, right foot, left foot, wait, other left. And so that's how I made my first movie. And to be honest, this was our big little team right here. This is my husband. and we were 5 people trying to figure out what the heck we were doing. 5 people, 6 actors, and my dog. Mango was a huge star in the film. And to be honest, we did everything ourselves. I owned the camera. It was a crappy little DSLR called the 550D, or Rebel T2i in America. And we had my car, my house, and we had some light bulbs that we plugged in, some lamps, and we made a film with the dog and some volunteers. I could not believe it, but I spent 4,000 hours. We calculated this. 4,000 hours in a year making and finishing this film. I edited it, I did the makeup, I did the hair, I directed it, I promoted it, I did the sound and music with my little team. And why did I do all that work? It wasn't because I had this huge dream of going to like a film festival or anything, or being on the red carpet, or having my picture in the Hollywood Reporter or Variety. In fact, I didn't even know what the hell a film festival was. The first time Dantali was invited to a film festival, I thought this was a film festival. You know, a bunch of kids sitting around in their high school cafeteria, eating popcorn out of a cup, and watching a movie on like one of those TVs on a cart. And so the first time I was invited to a film festival, I wasn't going to go. And the first time I was invited to a film market, I didn't know if it was important to go. And my husband sat me down and said, we have one goal when we do this whole film thing, and that is a very small goal and a very small action, and that is to shake one person's hand. Shake the person's hand that will believe in you and that will push you forward. And that was this guy. I went to Hong Kong Film Market to shake one hand. I met hundreds of producers, sales agents, distributors, film people, and they all ignored me because they were like, what the hell is this Lao girl with her weird Lao film doing here? You know, it's not strange that they wouldn't see me as serious. In fact, like I knew I wouldn't sell the film to Hollywood. It was a $5,000 film made out of love, beer, and lots of dog fur. But this guy shook my hand. He took me out, bought me a beer, and we talked a little bit, and I flew home. 6 months later, I was invited to Fantastic Fest, one of North America's largest genre film festivals. And from that, I shook another hand, the hand of my main producer, Anik Manert from Screen Division at Fantastic Fest. And our relationship continued. And I realized that for my relationship to continue, my projects would also have to grow. And step by step, we ended up living the dream, but not sleeping. There's no sleep if you're a filmmaker. So we premiered our film at BFI in London, at the London Film Festival. We got awards at Sitges, at many other film festivals. We played at over 35 film festivals. And it was awesome. We made a lot of friends and had an amazing journey. And to be honest, it's the first, as the MC said, the first Oscar submission in the history of Lao. And I'm wildly proud of that. But at the same time, I couldn't do it without my small team and my small steps. And so we started from a $5,000 budget to me crowdfunding after meeting the CEO and shaking his hand of Indiegogo and earning $40,000 to make this film, Dearest Sister. And then after that, signing co-production agreements, boosting this film to around 250,000 euros, which is still small by Thai standards, but is the biggest film that Lao has ever seen. And has also played around the world now and has sold in UK, in Ireland, in America, and Canada. It's having its theatrical release next month in Mexico. It's had its theatrical release here and also in Estonia. So I just like to tell everyone that it's not about being inspirational, but it's about that one small step. I read a book called Directing. That was it. I read a book called Directing. Actually, I read it twice. But when you tell yourself, and I believe that words can empower you, when you tell yourself, I'm going to read this book, then what do you do next? I'm going to make a story. Then I'm going to make a map of what I have to do next to make a film. And then I'm going to ask people questions and watch movies and figure out this whole film thing. And eventually, before you know it, you're making a movie and you're on the red carpet and you're going to the Oscars. So, well, I didn't go to the Oscars, actually. That's really presumptuous of me to say. But I am making a third film, and I just got back today. Actually, I seriously, literally got off a plane today from the Berlinale Film Festival. where I was able to pitch 3 other projects, and I now have 3 other projects on the slate after this project, which I shoot in September. So I'd like for everyone to be introduced to my newest film, which I will start shooting in September, which will be Laos for a science fiction time travel thriller featuring a serial killer. This is The Long Walk. Lao in the skyline. So, from a small step, large goals can happen, but I don't want anyone in this audience to be afraid to have your dreams evolve. In fact, I think that all dreams should evolve. I think it's okay to dream small or to dream realistically, but as you achieve those small goals and achieve those dreams, that they should grow as your ideas and creativity, and you yourself as a creative and an artist and a human being should grow. And I hope that we can have more crazy ideas, more insane technology, and strange science fiction films in countries where, well, 5-story buildings don't even exist. And I hope that today you can all be inspired to take small steps towards realistic goals and big dreams. Thank you very much, everyone.